Welcome, acolytes. Today I am quite excited. Well, excited, I mean, I'm already. Just seeing this was for me because Asmongold actually reacted to it. I seen it in my admission or in the catcher. Recommendations. Good, now I got it. And no, I didn't watch this video. I instantly looked for this one and looked it up. So I hope I got the right one, because by the unholy gods of unfortunate death, for F's sake, how I despise every, or almost every, with exceptions, single social media Führer that is here. It's just, Okay, I actually cannot focus because of this freaking face of Zuckerberg. He's... Okay, by the way, why is every freaking YouTuber now wearing, or let's just say, influencer wearing those? Really? Are they rappers or something like that? I don't know. Irrelevant. Let's just start.
Hey everyone. I want to talk about something important today, because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political. But there's
That you supported you. I already... This is... Oh... He doesn't even react to it. No, normally if people lie, you see actually some kind of signs of it. This lizard folk isn't even... He's so used to it that he doesn't even, like, his body doesn't even show any reaction to it. It's so
There's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly.
Yeah, and don't forget misgendering. This is also something that you take extremely seriously. Yes, I got banned because of it, so... Oh... Freak.
So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people.
This is why people dislike you, Zuckerberg. Right now, instead of effing saying that you just misdone this, that you have a system that made mistakes, you of course have to humble brag about how many millions of users get actually targeted by your system, and that it's just 1% of the entire thing. Yeah, so it's this.
And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech.
Oh, so he's actually afraid. Huh, interesting. I mean, yeah, of course, because the entire thing, the pendulum swings back. And this, I have to say, is a good thing or a smart thing of him. Because if you see that the pendulum swings back, you have to actually... behave accordingly, and his platforms will die. They are already dying, because let's be honest, Facebook, it's an old people thing. Instagram, it's also dying, because I literally got banned from Instagram the moment I made my freaking account for being called Lich, for having the word Lich in my name. Yes, I don't get it. Okay.
So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do.
Sure.
First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy.
He's correct about that. It is. And TS and Posse actually proved it by abusing that misinformation and spreading misinformation and banning correct information for a very long time.
Tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created.
I'm gonna be honest, I agree with him on this one. Your political thinking just doesn't... If you do a job, just try to stay as neutral as you can.
Especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't believe him for a fucking second, but fair enough. And now that I actually think about it, terrorism is a very, very broad thing that he brought up here. He didn't specify it because what does he actually mean with terrorism? Is terrorism literally is spreading terrorist propaganda where they do the camp thing and bad things and think? Is it already Antifa activity? That's, in my opinion, definitively terrorism. Or is it just freaking saying that a dude with a beard isn't a woman? That's something that you have to be clear. And I just don't... Acolytes, you may be surprised, but I don't trust the guy that founded that controls Facebook right now and Instagram to be neutral about that stuff right now. So I don't know.
What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas.
Yeah.
And it's gone too far.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences.
I hope you unban me.
Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that
By the way, I don't give a fuck if they unban me. I won't use them.
Account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms.
Yep.
We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation.
Yep.
Now we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations. And for lower-severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action.
For fuck's sake, and again, how will you do it? What are high priority violations? Are those death threats? Because I would agree with you. Death threats are something that is really, really bad. And again, misgendering someone, is this already falling under high violation or on a small one? If a kid gets freaking mobbed, is this a high violation or a low violation? This is just way too imprecise, especially for a social media giant that is just known to actually F up every opposite thinker that is on the platform. So, no.
The problem is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they should.
Yeah, of course, the filters.
So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms.
We're
also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before taking down content. The reality is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff.
That's correct.
We'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down. Fourth, we're bringing back civic...
Wait, to the point before. This is actually... Now, this is one of the times I will say, at least he admits, okay, there are gonna be more bad stuff on the internet. That's just true. So kudos there.
Fourth, we're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed. So we stopped recommending these posts.
Good.
But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. So we're going to start phasing this back into Facebook, Instagram, and Threads while working to keep the communities friendly and positive. Fifth, we're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas.
Okay. Hey, good thinking. California is such a shithole right now that it is insane to actually start something there right now. And I don't think he does it because he has the same thinking like me. I think he does it because California also has a lot of taxes. So, not Texas, Texas. They have to pay the state a lot of more money than other thingy-bobs. So,
as we work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams.
Yeah.
Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more.
No, I have a theory right now. Trump, the madman himself, went in and told him, yeah, if you're not gonna do it, you're fucked. This is the most realistic thing I can imagine, because I cannot imagine that Zuckerberg will go in and do this out of his free will. That Trump went in and just told him do it, or this makes way more sense. Lizard people like Zuckerberg they are just too cold-blooded to actually hear to their heart and be humanitarian. No. There has to be an endangerment of their living situation right now, or something that threatens their life. Because no. Never ever would he do it from the purity of his heart. Never ever.
The US has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world.
Well, didn't protect
Europe
us.
has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there. Latin American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. China has censored our apps from even working in the country. The only way that we can push back on this global trend is with the support of the US government. And that's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years, when even the US government has pushed for censorship. By going
4 years? Are you shitting me? You're doing this since 15, you fucked up lizard scared little bitch. Fuck me. Okay. And the thing is, he's talking as if this isn't his fault. He's talking as this wasn't his fault. It's so freaking disgusting.
Going after us and other American companies, it has emboldened other governments to go even further. But now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it. It'll take time to get this right, and these are complex systems. They're never going to be perfect. There's also a lot of illegal...
We are all humans, except for you. Hey, slowly I think you're not an entire lizard folk. You're a collection of lizards that are using this body as a puppet. But at the end of the day, yes, you're... okay.
Legal stuff that we still need to work very hard to remove. But the bottom line is that after years of having our content moderation work focus primarily on removing content, it is time to focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our systems, and getting back to our roots about giving people voice. I'm looking forward to this next chapter. Stay good out there, and more to come soon. Hey everyone.
Lies after lies. Deflect after deflect. Non-specific freaking explanations. just in a broad sense. If Acolytes, at the end of the day, I'm gonna just say this. I hope it gets better, but realistically it probably won't. It will only get better to the point where Trump or the US government, Trump's, gets in and just threatens those freaks, lizard people, the One Puppet Collective, lizard people folk. Okay, I think I got something here. One Puppet Collective, lizard folk. Help me with this one, Acolytes, at the end. At the end, I hope for the best, expect the worst. Let's say it like that. I think that's a good way of actually ending it. Have a nice day, Acolytes, depending on when you see it, or night, as you wish.